Hello all, this is Ultimate Prime, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Transformers Generations Thrilling 30 Windblade. This was a figure that I picked up a while ago, sometime last year, and I just hadn't had a chance to review, and so I decided to go ahead and do a quick review on this one. Before we take a look at the figure, let's go ahead and take a look at the box. On the box, it shows a picture of Windblade here, and it shows that this was part of the 2014 Transformers Thrilling 30 line. If you turn it over here on the back, let's just raise this up a little bit. You see that they have a picture of Windblade in her robot mode. They also have her in her VTOL jet mode, and they mentioned that she is the first fan-built bot. So, just in case you're not familiar with this one, Hasbro actually released a online voting system where you got to vote on the gender and weapons and all types of things like that for her, and this is what the fans came up with. And I think that Hasbro did a great job of putting this together. It is a good bot, and I like the fact that they did give us a chance to vote on this newer Transformer. It says here, Windblade. When given the opportunity to join the Autobot cause, Windblade jumped at the chance. The Autobots were more than happy to welcome her to their ranks. Her near telepathic link to the Titan Metroplex is a remarkable power that holds untold potential. And I think they showed that in the Combiner Wars series, if anybody watched the cartoon, just her strong connection with Metroplex, which I'm sure they'll probably show if they do any more cartoons along that line. That is it for the packaging. It does show her tech specs down here at the bottom if you are interested in that. But let's go ahead and see what else she comes with. She does come with a comic book. A lot of the figures, especially from the Generations line, had those. And it was from the IDW series. And yeah, she comes with a comic. Nice pictures, looks great. And let's take a look at the actual figure. This is Windblade in her jet mode, the VTOL jet mode, and I have to admit that this character looks pretty good. I love the way the jet mode looks. It does have some space in between you can see through, but I mean overall it is a very good figure. You do see some of the arms here hanging out of the bottom, which is pretty common when it comes to the jets with the Transformers. You see that a lot with the arms showing somehow on the side, and Windblade unfortunately still does have that, even though you can only see them pretty much from the bottom, maybe a little from the side. But I mean overall, it's a very good looking jet mode. These parts do move, so you can have the blades here facing down or to the side or however you want. I mean, it's a great looking jet mode. She does come with her Stormbringer sword, and it comes with the hilt, and you can pull this out. It's actually a little tight, but there you go. You can pull out the sword, and it's got this translucent sort of purplish, clearish color going on there. Very nice. It even has the little part in here that looks very much like the blades in her vehicle mode, which I think is a nice touch. And you can store the sword in the vehicle mode, there is a hole right here on the bottom. Don't know if that's showing through very clear, but there is a hole there. And you can just stick this right in there. And there you have storage for the sword. I'm a big fan of storage for the weapons, because I know that weapons can easily get lost and misplaced, and so it's great to have that built-in storage. I don't know that it works all that well here. I mean, I guess it's not too bad when you're looking at it from the top, but if you're looking at it from the bottom, I mean, it's pretty big, so it kind of stands out a lot. But I do appreciate the fact that they did take the time to put some kind of storage in. Other than that, it's a great vehicle mode. So I'm just going to go ahead and get her transformed into her robot mode. Now, in order to transform her into the robot mode, let's first take this sword out. And we're going to pull these arms up. And then we can pull this area out from the feet. These wings, so just pull these out. Just give them a nice little tug there. Pull that out. And then that allows you to be able to turn the waist to get the legs going properly. So just pull these apart. Flip these heels down. Flip this heel down. And then you can turn it all the way to the side like so. And let's turn this one to this side. And then this part of the leg can come down over there, and that forms the heels. And there you have her legs formed. So then you just pull this part right here down. Pull that to the back. And then you can open up this chest area and pull out the head. And let's get that straight. And let's move these wings, these little pointy things on the wings out to the side. And then you just pull her shoulders up. Oh, and try not to pull her arm off, which I just did. But you can pull her shoulders up and lock them in there. And do the same on this side. Pull the shoulders up. Lock it in here. And then push the back together. And then this part of the wing just folds up here in the back. And you can kind of angle the wings however you like. So there you have Windblade in her robot mode. And like I said, she looks great. I'll admit, though, she does have a bit of a problem standing up. It's just the way her heels are shaped. You have to really be careful of how you stand her. So, you know, it kind of limits some of the poses a little bit. But, I mean, she's still a great figure. It's just the heels kind of are a little, I don't know, maybe they're just a little too straight, but it just does make her stand up, give her a little bit of trouble standing up. So I'm going to try not to move her legs around too much. But other than that, she is a great looking figure. Love the color scheme and everything on that. Things are great. And other thing I do have to mention is that the shoulders here, at least on this one side on it's just not really tight. You can see it already has pop DELUXE, whenever I would try to push it in, it doesn't really stick. This side sticks fine. I can tug on it and nothing happens. This side easily falls apart. It's because there's a little tab in here, but I guess it's just a little too shallow on this side, so it doesn't hold it in very firm. But other than that, she looks great. I mean, the actual look is awesome. It's just a few of those minor little things like that shoulder not fitting in and the heels being just a little, I don't know, they just cause her to not have the kind of balance that would be nicer for her to have. But you can have her hold her weapons. So you can actually have her hold it with the sheath on, which looks pretty nice. You have to watch for the balance on it though, but she can hold it with the sheath on. Or you can put it here on the side. She's got a little slot here. You can just pop that in here. And she can have it right there on the side of her leg, which I think looks really cool. And you can also have her hold it in her hand if you like. She's got a little bit of a spot right here. You pop it in here, and she can actually hold it and just carry it in her hand, like so. Which I also think looks great. The other thing that she has that a lot of people aren't very aware of is that her headpiece here in the back does come off. It detaches and becomes like a fan, and she can hold that in her hand. Just stick it in here like this. Actually, I think it fits better like this. It's not the easiest thing to put in her hand, to tell you the truth, but let's see if we can get it. Yeah, I think it'll work better on this side. Let's try it on this side. There it goes. It works a lot better on that side. So she can hold it in her hand, maybe as some type of throwing star or something like that, but she does hold that. And of course you can take out the blade, and she can hold the blade in her hand as well. And keep the sheath over here on the legs. So you can basically have her carrying all her weapons in various different places. Let's take these off. Let's go over her articulation. I'm going to go ahead and put this part back in the back here. The fan. Here it goes. Okay, so for her head, it does move up and down. It can turn slightly to the left and right, but not really. So mostly you're going to get up and down movement there. These wings can move in several different ways. They can come up here. You can flip them up. They even pull out to the back. So I mean, the wings are very articulated. So if you want to put her in different modes, now, well, not really modes, but if you want to give her a slightly different look, it's really up to you because she does have a lot of articulation there. Let's see what else. Her arms can go forward and back. They can go in and out like this. She does turn here at the upper arm. It's a little hard to see because everything's black, but she can turn at the arms. Her elbows can move up and down. Her wrist actually can turn and twist a little bit, not a lot, but you can twist her wrist. The waist does turn. That's part of the transformation. Her legs can move up and down and forward and back. And she has a knee bend. She does bend at the knees. Her heels here can move up and down. Not that you would really want to, because they really give her a hard time standing if they're pushed in, which they do automatically sometimes. And that's really it for the articulation. I really think that she is a very good figure. A great figure to have in your collection, despite a few little things that I didn't like the heels that can kind of fold in. As you see, they folded in automatically, so you have to be kind of gentle when standing her up because the heels easily fold in and then she can't stand. So let's pull those heels back out and try to place her so that her heels don't move. But yeah, other than that, she is a really good figure. When you can get her to stand up. There we go. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get her transformed back into her vehicle mode. Okay, so in order to do that, we want to start with the legs. And so what we're going to do is turn the waist here. And then we are going to turn this part of the leg to the side, turn this wing to the inside, and you can snap these two together like so. Then when you go to the back, you can take this part here, pull this up, and cover up the upper thigh there. Cover it up here. And just try to make sure that the legs are straight. When you do this. Then you're going to come up here to the top. And these legs actually are not straight. There they go. Okay. So you're going to come up here to the top. And you can pull this chest part down and push the head back, and it'll go all the way in. And then you can take this part here on the top, fold it down, and let that lock into place. And then just fold it up and pop all that together. And just make sure it is straight though. There it goes. Okay, so you have all that together. Then you want to take the wings here and you want to collapse them downwards on themselves. And collapse this side down as well. And there's one little thing that I want to point out that really makes this difficult if you don't do, is that there's an area in here where the shoulders are that kind of come down and they kind of come out to the side. It can be a little difficult to see, but you want to make sure that those are both straight down, almost like a 90-degree angle on both sides. If you don't, it will give you lots of trouble because it won't be able to attach to the wings the way it's supposed to. And that took me a while to figure out, and I will admit it took me quite a while to figure out, actually, because I kept having problems here. At the back, which is this part here, you flip the wings down and flip them down on both sides. Then they attach, these little hooks right here attach into the back of the leg. There's a little hole right there. If you have those parts flush, they'll go right in. If you do not, you will have a pain trying to figure out why they're not lining up. And so looks like he's lined up this time. Oh, see, he just came apart. So let's see. Let's try to make sure he's straight. Okay, so after messing around and working on this thing, I finally got that wing straight. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the transformation, which basically all it is you flip this heel in, flip both of these heels in, and there you have her. She is back in her veto mode. To me, transforming her back into her plane mode was actually quite a bit difficult. Now, it could be some kind of defect with the factory because these parts on her arms are not very tight. So I don't know, that could be something with it. But other than that, it's great. I mean, the transformation actually isn't too bad. It's just, you know, getting that one part lined up seems to be a problem with mine. But like I said, she looks great. You know, of course, the weapon can store, which I believe I showed earlier. If I didn't, here it is. Like I said, it stores nicely. Also, I don't think I showed the landing gear, though. The landing gear does pull out here. And looks awesome. You can put the sword in. With the handle in there, the sword, it makes the sword stand out just a little bit more. So let's put that in here. And so the sword actually stands out a lot more with the handle in. So it almost looks better just to store just the case for the sword. But yeah, there we go. So that is the end of this review. If you enjoyed this review, please like, subscribe, share this. And I will be doing more reviews in the future. So until next time, you have a great day, and I'll catch you later.